Good evening. We are Group 9 from Dr. Boller's Global Strategic Marketing class. Tonight we are going to go over our marketing strategy for New Ballet Ensemble. My name is Justin Stroup. This is Ray Herndon. The rest of our group consists of Chao, Zhang, and Deepti, Agrawal. Basically, we're going to break it down into 3 segments. First, we're going to go over the objectives that we feel would be strong objectives for New Ballet moving forward. Secondly, we're going to go over the obstacles that could possibly get in the way of us achieving those, of New Ballet achieving those objectives. And then finally, we're going to go over an action plan for helping avoid those obstacles in a creative way so that we can achieve those objectives.
All right, thanks, Justin. Our first objective, and the one we're most concerned about, is that New Ballet, we feel, doesn't have enough exposure. As we were first introduced to New Ballet in this class, we were talking to our classmates, and really very few people had ever even heard of New Ballet, and we really feel that that is the biggest problem New Ballet is facing. And we'd really like to see New Ballet get as much exposure as possible, and that means through mass media outlets, what have you. We'll talk about that more in our action plan, but we really feel like if we're trying to raise money so that we can do good things for the community and for young kids, then we can't do that if people don't know who to donate to.
Not only that, but one other thing that ties in with that exposure is establishing a strong brand name. We feel that New Ballet is very unique and it differentiates itself well from the other nonprofits in the market. So we want to be able to capitalize on that differentiation so that we can gain some market share where others may not be able to.
Absolutely. So what we're talking about, we're establishing a brand, we're getting our name out there, and we're doing that so that we can hang on to the donors that we have, and more so expand the market share into the donors that we don't have. So we've got X amount of donors. We want to hang on to the ones we have, maybe grow them, make them give a little more. And New Ballet is doing a good job of that, and that's really good. But we've got a few more points that we'd like to touch on that, and then we've got a few ideas on how to expand that market share, that slice of the pie.
And then we want to really delve into discussing how we can make New Ballet basically a household name. We want to, we want people to recognize the name New Ballet with philanthropy. We want people to associate the name New Ballet with excellence and uniqueness.
We want New Ballet to be part of Memphis culture. It does such a great thing. It's philanthropy, it's a service, it has excellent dance training, has a good reputation for that, and we want that to be part of Memphis so that Memphis associates itself with that. A few things in the way of all of that is Ballet Memphis has an overwhelming brand recognition in this community, and that's a problem only in that getting around the massive amount of people that are donating to them and just the reputation that they have. If you want to be a household name in ballet, you have to be on the level or exceed the level, hopefully exceed the level of Ballet Memphis. So we'd like to, Ballet Memphis has just been around longer. They've had longer to establish a brand, and we just see that as an obstacle in the way, and we'll talk about how to get around that.
Another obstacle we recognize is the lack of community knowledge about the power of New Ballet's mission. New Ballet is an organization that's doing a wonderful thing in the community, helping kids who are less fortunate have an opportunity to go to college and learn arts that they've never been associated with. It's such an incredible and a powerful mission. We need to get around the obstacle of the lack of knowledge that people have about that, because that's really slowing down the growth of the organization.
If they know, they will come. So another thing that we're worried about is, it's kind of just another thing to look out for. It's just another obstacle that we see. People realize that New Ballet gets some money from United Way and Arts Memphis, and they might kind of see that as, well, we already kind of give to you in a way, and that's just something that we need to look out for in the way that we market ourselves through collateral, and we need to make sure that we kind of distinguish ourselves from other arts.
Another obstacle that we see is the lack of marketing funds. We recognize that as a small nonprofit organization, a lot of your funds are tied into other things, and so what that means is we've got to find creative ways to market the organization without spending a lot of money. Great. Well, now we'd like to delve into the action plan a little bit. One of the biggest things to gain exposure is using different methods and different forums to get the message out. That's something that Mrs. Smythe does so well in her presentation and her passion for the organization. She's able to really convey her message. Yeah, persuade, convey her message to the masses. So we need to actually get her in front of as many people as possible, as many potential donors as possible, I should
Hopefully
say.
with big money.
Yeah, exactly. Let's start first with corporate sponsorships. One of the best ways to get in front of the most powerful people in the city is to use the Lipscomb and Pitts Breakfast Club. The Lipscomb and Pitts Breakfast Club is a gathering of the most powerful executives in business in the Memphis metropolitan area. So what she can do is she can meet with the individuals that put together the Breakfast Club and see if she can't get some time to actually speak to those individuals and convey her message to them. They not only do they have national speakers that come in, but they use local speakers as well. And they always like to do a spotlight on a local charity, which is where they give a local charity 10 minutes to 15 minutes of the time of the Breakfast Club presentation to just really talk about what they're doing within the community and how they're helping out. And this will be a great opportunity as she will be able to expose her message to those people in a very efficient way to hundreds of people who have the power to make corporate donations.
Absolutely. So it's one thing to get people in the corporate area to hear the message about New Ballet, and that's really one of the main things we want to do, because that's really where big money is at. But we really want the masses in Memphis to be aware of New Ballet too, because even if you have a few guys giving a lot of money, if you have a whole lot of people giving a little money, that's even better. So we'd really like to get information out about New Ballet through the masses, and really the only way to do that is through mass media. And you're talking about radio and TV, and radio and TV means money. And direct advertising really isn't something that we see New Ballet doing. But what you can do is you can use those shows that really need to fill airtime with a way to talk about New Ballet. Drake and Zeke, they love to talk about New Ballet. They love to talk about anything that helps Memphis. these people love Memphis just like we all do. And if you can get on their show, I'm sure they'd love to just talk about you. You're talking AM 600 TV Live at 9 is a great example of an opportunity. They always love a heartfelt story, and that's exactly what New Ballet is. But we're not talking about just going on to each of these shows once. You do that, you get exposure to a few thousand at a time, and maybe they forget about you. But if you start talking about events, you build a relationship with these hosts, and you call them up, every few mornings or once a month or something like that, and you talk, we've got the Nut Remix coming up. Maybe you guys can, just kind of spread the word through the air, and if you develop a relationship with them, I'd be more than happy to let you have a little bit of airtime to talk about it, because you guys do such great things, and that's something we really like to see, and you can really get away with not spending anything to do it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep.
I also want to delve into the opportunity for billboard advertising. This city is a commuter city. People are constantly. We don't take mass transit very often, and usually we have a lot of suburbs, and people are traveling to and from work, and they're going long distances, and they're exposed to many different advertisements on their way. And these advertisements are very effective. and that's been proven through statistics. But we want to look into possibly doing that with New Ballet as well. And one thing that we did was we wanted to discuss possibilities for donors paying for these billboards, or the actual companies that sell the billboards. Maybe they could donate to New Ballet as part of their own corporate social responsibility. So there's an option there. If you look into billboards being expensive, well, if you could possibly get it as a donation, then there's that problem is out of the way. We also developed a billboard to use. It's kind of like a template. It's like an example.
We're not exactly graphic artists,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I think this is a really good way to start and something to really go off of. I think I really like the basic idea that we have here.
Mm-hmm.
So
it really boils down to keeping it as simple as possible. I mean, studies have shown that when it comes to billboards, you're going to have people seeing it just very briefly. So you want to get as much information across as quickly as possible, and you want to keep it as simple as possible because people are not going to be able to read very much as they're passing it. So what we decided to do was we wanted to keep it very simple, stark white background, and we have the point shoes hanging and the sneakers hanging, and that kind of represents the fusion of dance that New Ballet is known for. Not only that, but then you have New Ballet Ensemble in bold letters, very elegant, kind of showing the style of dance that, kind of representing what New Ballet's style is.
get the name out there.
Exactly. And not only that, but we also have a slogan down at the bottom which says, "Dancing Toward a Brighter Future," which I think really kind of represents what the students at New Ballet have the opportunity to do. Because that's exactly what they're doing. They're dancing towards the bright. Yes. And in closing, we want to most of all say that we think that New Ballet's future is extremely bright. Your organization is doing a wonderful, wonderful service, and we want to make sure that you've got a very bright future. Not to give up. I mean, these things, it does get tough sometimes, and there's a lot of things that need to be done. But you're doing the right things, and people are going to start to recognize that.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for your time. We really enjoyed this product. We really enjoyed being exposed to all of this. I've seen several shows in the meantime. I know a lot of other people have done this, and we've really enjoyed it. And we thank you for everything you've done, and we hope that we've helped you as much as we possibly can.
And we'd like to wish you good luck as well.
Absolutely.
As moving forward.
Thank you.